Hey everyone, so now that you've gathered your data for the Walk.Jog.Run activity, you're ready to create your scatterplot. We will be using Desmos.com. So head on over to the Desmos.com calculator, sign in the upper right hand area here using your email, and go ahead and title your graph. That's Walk, Jog, Run, and you can just type the block number, so your block number and your team number. Then save that just in case you need to come back to it. So let's start here by creating a table. If you click on the plus sign, you will select the table option. In the X column, you're going to type the numbers that represent the laps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and if you did a 6th lap, go down to 6. In the Y column, we will go ahead and input the cumulative, that's total time, at the end of lap 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So if by the end of lap 1, you had a time of, let's say, 30 seconds, type 30. If by the end of lap 2, your total time was, say, 62 seconds, type that. Lap 3, 89. Lap 4, 123. Lap 5, 158. To get the line of best fit, we're going to use that idea of y equals mx plus b. So now, while you won't keep the y equals mx plus b here, we're going to follow that idea. So to fix this, what we need to do is we actually want to put a 1 after the y, because that means we want to refer to the data in this column. We also want to put a 1 after the x to refer to the data in this column. Then, instead of an equal sign, we're going to change this to the symbol to the left of 1 on your keyboard. So Shift and the button to the left of 1 to get this symbol here. And now this creates what's called the line of best fit, given the data you gave the calculator. If you look here, if you wanted to go ahead and write your line in slope-intercept form, y equals mx plus b, y equals this m value, which is already given to you, so your slope value is 31.7, followed by x, and then your b value plus b, or in this case, minus 2.7. You go ahead and type that right at the end. And you'll notice this blue line lands right on top of the black line, meaning, yes, this is the correct equation that matches the line that the Desmos calculator gave us. Now let's go ahead and adjust our settings for the best view of our graph. Click on the settings icon here. For the x-axis, which represents the number of laps, you're going to go from 0 all the way up to, let's go 30. You need to be able to see up to 25, because 25 laps out there on the blacktop actually represents the distance of about 1 mile. The step, how much we count by, will be 5. The label is number of laps. Now here, for the y-axis, let's start at 0, and we need a total of, let's say, 30 minutes, just in case anybody got up to the 30-minute mark. So 60 times 30 is 1,800. And then the label will be time, and that's in seconds. Okay, that's the time in seconds. And we want to count up by 60, so that every line here represents the number of minutes. Now we have a whole lot of lines here that we don't really need. If you look at this minor grid lines option, let's get rid of that checkbox. This makes the view a whole lot better. Now we only have the lines we really need. So now that you have your graph, don't zoom in and out with your fingers or click on the minus plus sign, otherwise you'll have to redo your settings. Now let's look for 25 laps, because again, 25 laps represents 1 mile. So if it's true that you maintain about the same rate throughout the remaining laps for a full 25 laps, it would take you, let's see how long to complete 1 mile. In this case, given the times I used as an example, 25 laps would be completed in 789.8 seconds. So if you take that number and divide it by 60, That's 13.16. So that's 13 minutes and some seconds. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take 13.16, get rid of the 13, in other words, subtract 13. So when I subtract 13, that leaves me with 0.16. I'm going to take 0.16 and multiply that by 60 because that represents how many seconds. So that leaves me with, let's see, 9.8. I'm going to round that up to 10, so 10 seconds. So it'll take about 13 minutes and 10 seconds to complete 25 laps. In other words, 1 mile, given the rate of our data that was collected here. And you'll use this to go ahead and complete the follow-up questions on your Google document. So to insert your data over in your Google document, you can do a couple of things. Either you can take a full screenshot of this page here, which includes your table to the left and this section here, which gives you the m and b value, along with how you ended up typing your equation in y equals mx plus b form, that's slope-intercept form. Or you can just end up including this information on that Google document and simply go to the share graph icon in the upper right hand corner. You can then export your image, save it on your computer, and upload that into your Google document. Make sure you and your team let me know as questions come up on this activity.